Hello, let's see if this works. Hello, everybody. Let's see if this works. Hello, Karen. I'm linked to a hotspot on a phone. Gil, wish us luck. Hopefully, we'll keep it short. We're going to look inside the toaster episode. We are going to look inside the ball episode. All right, I'm tethered. Everybody, oh, no sound. Okay, no sound. All right. Hello, Paula. Can you hear me now? Hello, test 1 2. Hello, everybody. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Great. All right. So I'm tethered to my phone, which only has one little teeny bar. All right. So where was I? I was talking about the ball episode, the toaster episode based on real life. So I did post the original one that we just did where it was freezing. Hello, yes, Lisa, this show helped you through the pandemic, even when you were very ill. Glad to hear that. And Paula, yes, Instagram reporting major outages. Okay, hopefully not today. All right, let's get to the inside of the ball episode. And I don't know, there's a very pivotal moment in the show, the ball episode, as far as the relationship between Phil and Ray. Give me some hearts if you remember, basically Ray kissing Peter Frank on the head. So that was a very pivotal part because Phil wanted Ray to do that. And Phil had to convince Ray to do that because Ray said, and Ray is a very, when he acts anything, you can tell that he's not a he can't be false. Ray on stage, in his stand-up, or in any way acting. That's why he's so good. He's so very sincere. And so Phil said, you really should kiss your father as a gesture. And Ray said, I would never do that. I would never do that in real life. And knowing Ray and his father in real life, I couldn't fathom that. But Phil said, well, just do me a favor. And Phil will tell this the next time he's on, this little moment. You know, just try it or don't try it. If you're not comfortable trying it, don't do it. But just try it once. And of course, the show comes around, and Ray decides to do it. And of course, the audience melts because it's such a sweet gesture, and because Peter is such a gruff, Frank's character is such a gruff character, that it works. And it stays in. And at that point, there was a trust issue that I think got better between Ray and Phil. And it's not because Ray didn't trust Phil as a human being. It's just that Ray was used to doing all of his stand-up. Everything he did, he wrote. He didn't have to rely on any other writers. He trusted his instincts. And so that Ray had to ultimately overcome that and be like, okay, I have to trust that Phil and the writers know what they were doing. Did Peter have a say? Yes, Peter could have absolutely said something, but Peter is also years and years, obviously, of acting, and I think Peter probably in that relationship would have been like, yeah, let's try it, because he didn't have all this emotional baggage that Ray had with his own real father. Season's greetings. Okay, great. A fan favorite, Season's greetings. Hello, everybody. For those of you just joining, this is the second part. I had a bad connection earlier on, and now hopefully it is stable. Did Phil write the toaster episode? Yes, Phil wrote the toaster episode. And when that happened in real life, the beginning of that episode, was Phil in real life sent his parents a toaster. He gave everybody on the crew a toaster. That's 130 toasters he gave out, and he never heard anything from his parents. And so, and Phil again will recount it brilliantly as it happened in real life. But basically, he kept asking, "Did you see the toaster? Did you open the toaster?" Yes, very nice. And they didn't comment on it because they had traded it in for a coffee maker. And so Phil went ballistic on the phone. And at that point, we were in season 2 of Everett Loves Raymond, and we were in these little temporary housing. So as you've heard, if you've watched here, Everett Loves Raymond was rated 85 in the ratings at the end of season 1. So in the second season, they moved us into these temporary spaces next to where they built the sets. So a very noisy, almost like mobile homes joined together. So the walls were incredibly thin. So when Phil was yelling at his parents because he was so upset that they would trade this gift in without even looking at it, and they lied to, I think it was Macy's, maybe, where he brought it. He was really upset, and so he came out, and we all heard the yelling, and so he came out, and I think maybe it was Steve Scrovan's office was next to Phil's, and he was worried. He was like, "What's going on?" And then he told us, and Steve, I think was Steve, said, "This is a great episode. You got to do this episode." And Phil was like, "I don't really want to do this episode." At the time, he was too close to it. And I think you may have heard in the past I've said, Phil would say, "Listen, go out and live your lives and come in and tell stories." And that's what became the stories, which is why a lot of people feel like we were eavesdropping on their own lives, because so many stories are relatable and true. And so once it's, happens to one person, chances are it's happened to a lot of people, because that's one thing we discovered. When you think you've experienced this completely alone, chances are there's about 1 million other human beings who have gone through that very thing. Okay, the ball episode. I don't know if it was based on a real life story. Yeah, I think, Gary, that's great. Where did they get all the toasters in the warehouse scene? Now, I asked Lisa Helfrich, when was she on here, if she could remember, and she couldn't remember if it was just if it was done with just empty boxes, etc. But we will get an answer. Okay, so for those of you joining the first time, this is the ball episode. Because we're on Instagram, it's backwards. But trust me, it's the ball episode. And I have all of the wardrobe scripts. So I peek inside when I don't have a guest, and I peek inside and take a look at photos from the episode. So this is called teaser. All right, so that's the beginning of the episode. You have a teaser, which is the very beginning, and oftentimes the teaser gets, if you're going to cut for time, if you're going to cut the show for time, very often the teaser is the thing that gets cut. So there is Ray, and you can see Patty kind of smiling in back. And again, for those of you that haven't seen, the wardrobe department is trying to be as innocuous as possible. So usually the people aren't posed. So there is Ray standing there. I guess that's Patty. The photo under my finger here is just the wardrobe. Okay, so that's the rack, and they have to do this for continuity, so they know what was in a scene here, what was in a scene there. Now there is Peter. Again, they're not This is one of my favorite photos I found inside of the scripts. That is Peter smiling from ear to ear, dressed as Santa Claus. There we go. So, Bobby, IFC shows the entire episode. All right, I know it paused for bad connection again. Sorry. And there is Brad again. in his Santa Claus outfit. One of the twins. There we go. The picture's blurry, so here we go. Here's Andy Kindler, and this we showed. There's Andy Kindler from the Ball episode. All right. Sorry, everybody. The Wi-Fi was slow, and now I'm using a hotspot for my phone. Here's a great shot. All right. There's Patty in bed. Teaser. Is that what did they air the teaser a lot? I don't know, because I don't know where you who are watching saw it. So there's Patty. Another one of Patty. So this must be scene C and scene D. Scene C and scene D. There you go. Yes, I just read the comment that the Christmas tree in the toaster, and so here, this is really the nitty gritty. So there's again part of wardrobe. What necklace was Patty wearing? So there's Patty and her neck. Here we go. Always a favorite. Doris Roberts in scene D. And I know we talked about this before. It sometimes her makeup looks very, very white. And here are her. There's Doris's earrings. There we go. We're looking in the Ball episode. We're looking at the Ball episode from season one of our earliest. Here's Madeline Sweeten from season 1. All right. The Ball episode. This is one of the wardrobe people scripts, probably Ashley Steuer. And sorry, I saw it froze, but so far I can tell it's only frozen once. Yes, you wish it was on TV. Yes, Doris was always dressed great. Yes, it's a white makeup, and for those of you that didn't see it, we had Erin Kruger, who was in the makeup department from the beginning, and I don't know why she looks so white. Okay, let's take a peek inside the toaster episode. All right. And the reason you can't see the name is because this is every scene. You can see A, B, C, D, E on up. All of the characters. Again, the writing is backwards, but Ray is up top. Deborah, Robert, all the way down. So this, never before seen. There we go. There is Ray. And that is me standing next to Ray holding my camera. So usually I would be talking to Ray on set. And so you have to trust me because my head is cut off. But I'm holding my camera, and that is the teaser. That's the first scene, probably. And then here's 2 more scenes from the toast. Due to poor connection. And there is Robert's girlfriend. These are great for me to see. There is the guy who comes over when they have the toaster. Let's see. Some of the people in the store, etc. The toaster episode. And sorry, everybody, I know it's a bad connection. I wish I could control the internet, but I can't. But there you go. Inside of the toaster. My favorite, I think my favorite one is that one of Patty. That's just great to see. All right, let's do some final questions because of such a poor connection. And I apologize to everybody. Leo, I saw your question about, and I will post a lot of these photos, folks. So if it's frozen, I will post them up. Yes, bummer time to have a bad connection. Absolutely. Leo, I saw your question about the Good Girls episode. I'll post some pictures from there. Okay, great. Kim. So, Kim, So Kim worked on the show, and she's saying the toaster, empty boxes, and color copies to post on more boxes. Yeah, so it wasn't. I don't think the show bought 1,000 toasters. And Kim, if you want, please, I'll write to you, Kim, and you can come on and fill in a lot of stuff that I'm completely ignorant about. Yes, everybody. And if you see again, yes, they chopped off my head, but again, they're trying to be very discreet. They chopped off my head because they were going quickly. The teaser aired. It's one where Ray can't see the TV because Deborah's feet are in the way. My next wife won't have feet. Yes, that is a joke taken directly from Ray's stand-up comedy act. Leo, I don't know who has that ball. I don't know who ended up with that ball. These are great questions. Yes, you never know. You assume they were empty for obvious reasons. Great. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I will have that internet worked out next time. And I think a lot of comments about the Christmas tree in Deborah's parents' home. Such a great setting. They did such a great job. And it really captured, they were trying to get these sophisticated, forward-thinking parents and imagine what their home would be like for them at that point in their life. So I think Phil wanted them to be kind of cold and a little bit, distant, I guess, and the polar opposite. The absolute polar opposite of Ray's parents. So, yes, Paula, sorry, I was frozen for quite a while. Yes, Instagram. Well, I don't know if it's Instagram or I don't know it's my connection. So, but either way, hopefully next week there won't be these problems. Next week, we will be talking to Lou Schneider, who wrote the Christmas Picture episode. And we will get to the bottom of this. All right. And Kim, you have to come on and we'll talk. You can come on a bunch of times because Kim will have a lot of information that I don't know. Yes, Karen, I will post a lot of those Polaroids and I will see you guys next week, 2:00 Hollywood time. What happened to Deborah's sister? Not sister, but her sister. I don't know what happened to her. Excellent question. And it was, unless there was an episode that needed a sister, you didn't see the sister. So just like Shamsky, the dog, you just kind of didn't see Shamsky anymore. Yes, Deborah PMS episode, absolutely. I saw Phil and Monica and Ray for Christmas, and I'm reminded of where that episode originated, which was Phil's wife. Not that she's like that. Not that she was like that at that time. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. I will post pictures. Please post your questions during the week. The Christmas picture, we will talk about it. Yes, Amy Aquino is going to visit next month. Hopefully, we were going to try and do it, but we ran out of time before Christmas. Yes, Shamsky was great. Amy Aquino, for those of you that don't know, played the cookie lady. Did Deborah and the turkey scene require multiple takes? Yes. Always multiple takes on everything. And that one was no exception. Brilliantly executed by Patty. Maybe Kim can answer where they got that Christmas tree in Deborah's parents' house. It was a very cool setting. All right. I hope everybody had a great Christmas, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you again for all of your questions. Thank you for all the information you guys are hitting me with. I'm going to see if I can find a big fork and spoon equivalent to help you guys out. And I'm excited to be talking to Lou Schneider, who's always a funny guest and who was there from the beginning to the very end and has great stories and wrote some of Everose Raymond's best episodes. All right, look for those Polaroids. Look for the picture of Ray and Phil. you can see, I think Phil tweeted it, and it's on my Instagram, and I'll try and post a few other pictures. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. We will see you next year.